Hello there, it's your friend Phil, Project Management Trainer and Coach. A question came in from one of our students, Jay Kumar. Thank you, Jay, for sending in this question. The question is, how does the project management plan get updated in executing and controlling processes without approved change request input? That's a brilliant question. The question goes further to ask, similarly, in the planning processes, for example, develop schedule and plan risk responses, so on and so forth, usually change requests should be approved in perform integrated change control, and then the project management plan should be updated. That is a brilliant observation, Jay. You see, the PMI has put one blanket process in place that I'm about to explain. And this blanket process is known as direct and manage project work. I look at direct and manage project work as a catch-all for anything that is not sufficiently explained in the PMBOK guide to the degree that you would have liked. So, for example, you want to see approved change requests coming from perform integrated change control. So if we have perform integrated change control like that, what you're saying is you would expect to see approved change requests going into all of those planning processes, right? Yeah, that would have been the ideal world. But it would be quite repetitive as well. So we've got approved change requests going into direct and manage project work. And as it's going into direct and manage project work, you are going to redo anything that needs to be done. If it's a deliverable, you're going to rework it. If it's part of the plan, you're going to rework it. So one of the outputs we get from this is called project management plan updates, and I'll just refer to it as PMPU. And we also have project document updates. Okay? So these project management plan updates and project documents updates, they serve the respective processes as needed. For example, if you have updates that need to be carried out to the stakeholder register, well, the project document updates is a catch-all for that, you see. If you need updates to your schedule management plan, well, the project management plan updates is a catch-all for all of that stuff, you see. And that's why these project management plan updates, they are also part of PMI's catchphrase, outputs from other processes. So this, outputs from other processes, is going to be an input to the develop project management plan process. See? And the develop project management plan process takes all of these outputs from other processes. I've just named it OFOP. So outputs from other processes, right, which consists of these project management plan updates, it goes to develop project management plan. And that's where the project management plan as a whole gets updated. Everything that you can think of in the plan gets updated as a result of those outputs from other processes. For that reason, these outputs from other processes, which become part of the new project management plan, right? They're going to come out. I'm going to use a different color for this. Out of this, you're now going to get, you can trace my orange arrow here, you're now going to get a revision of the project management plan, right? Now this revision of the project management plan is then going to fuel all of those other subsidiary plans that need to be updated in one way or another. So I'm going to use green here. So just follow the trail. So this green arrow is now going to go, to example, It will go to develop, I beg your pardon, plan scope management, for example, right? It will also go to plan schedule management, because the project management plan is an input to all of those things. So whatever aspects of these subsidiary plans need to be updated, they will somehow get updated explicitly or implicitly as part of your project management plan that is going to go in for the second or third or fourth iteration. You see what I'm saying? This will also go to plan human resource management, for example. See, the project management plan also an input to plan risk management. Yeah? And of course, those subsidiary plans fuel other processes and the cycle just continues. But it all really starts with the approved change request going into direct and manage project work as a request to rework something. You getting your project documents and project management plan updates, those updates becoming an input to the second go round of develop project management plan. I just put V2, second go round, right? And then ultimately you're going to get your project management plan, again, an update. So I'll just use that number 2 there as a subscript to remind you that it's a second version, and it just keeps getting updated over and over again, okay? So that's one way you can look at how these updates take place, okay? This is a more complicated way. There's also a simpler way of thinking about this, okay? So another way you can think about this stuff is pretty much in the monitoring and controlling processes, okay? So you get your project management plan updates as a result of carrying out those monitoring and controlling processes like control scope, control schedule, right? You get your project management plan updates from those. So I'll just say monitoring and controlling process, right? So you have your monitoring and controlling process. You get your project management plan updates, right? These project management plan updates, again, they go to develop project management plan, right? And then you've got your project management plan going into all subsidiary planning processes. Okay, a bit of a scrawled writing there, but you kind of get the idea. Okay, so your project management plan updates as a direct output of monitoring and controlling, that goes into direct and managed project work as outputs from other processes. Here's the key thing. I think a lot of people forget that outputs from other processes is a catch-all for a lot of those updates. Okay? And ultimately, you get your subsidiary plans and other things updated. All right. I hope that helps, Jay. Thank you for the great question. I hope you keep asking some equally interesting questions that I can answer for you. So thank you very much. Those of you who are studying for the exam, if you have a query and it's something that requires more than just a response in the text column, I will definitely create one of these videos to explain to you and everyone else. So thank you very much for your question, Jay. All the best. Bye for now.